I don't
Oh
know if
goodness.
I know you said that you talked to brother B.
Mhm.
Um, so how about I'm on the way home tonight, and I called brother B like, okay, brother B, I'm about to pull up and bring you your car. So
Yes.
he's like, okay, he told you.
No.
I know you said you
I'm
talked to.
listening.
Okay, okay. So I told him I was about to bring him his car. He's like, okay,
Mhm.
bet. He's like, okay, bet. I'm about to get on my bike and head home. I should be home about 10, 15 minutes. I was like, okay, bet, because I'm gonna be to you about the same time.
Uh-huh.
He calls me back like 2 minutes later. I'm like, what's up, brother? He's like, somebody stole my bike, sis. Sis, I screamed like, ah, what? Somebody stole his
Scoundrels!
bike, Nisa, from work.
We gotta get him another one for Christmas.
I screamed. I'm like, brother, they stole your bike.
Somebody stole his bike.
He's like, yeah, they stole me.
Scoundrels!
He's really like freaking out, like, I can't believe this. They really stole it. It's not here. They stole it. He like, so sis, can you come pick me up from work? I'm like,
Oh my
yeah,
god!
brother, dang.
Oh, oh god!
Stole my brother's
I'll be
bike.
laughing. It's not funny,
I
but it's funny.
said,
The audacity! Whoever got my brother bike out there in the Atlanta metro area, you better take it back
we coming for you,
tomorrow
you
when
raggedy
he pull up.
son of a gun.
Yes,
I can't believe it. I was like, they stole
my
your
brother
bike.
bike.
I was like, that just feels so childish. Like you started through elementary school, middle school, high school without ever getting your bike stolen. And the now that you 38 years
In
old,
your grown adulthood.
your big age, girl, that took me out. And then when I finally got him, picked him up, he's on the phone with the old man. So you already know the old man is just
I thought you, for some reason, I thought you was about to say he was on the phone with the police. I'm like, he don't reported the bank stolen. This gets deeper.
should
No,
have. Girl on the phone with the old man, and Brandon's like, yeah.
that's just as bad.
So Brandon's like talking to old man, like, oh man, yeah, I locked it up. Like I can't believe they got it. I locked it up. The old man like, yeah, I should have told you that because I've been a bike thief. He was like, as a bike thief, a lock don't mean nothing.
I'm
Oh God.
sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, oh
Oh
God.
man, it's like, oh, so yeah, as
I
as
am
a former bike
tickled.
thief, the lock don't mean nothing. I said, what? Oh man, you are crazy.
I don't know what's going
Oh
on.
my
I
gosh.
don't know what's going on. Jesus
Girl,
be offense.
anyway, everybody, hello,
Oh
welcome
God.
to
Oh
episode
Jesus,
10
and we're
of
live.
Don't Listen to Me. We just, we like we say every week, we are blood sisters from Atlanta. We are best friends and we just always be talking. These thing got the fan out. It's hot. The block is hot.
Can't
I
find my
had
church fan.
I hadn't talked to my sister today yet. I had to tell her about that. Just happened to me. That's hot off the presses. I just got home from work not too long ago, and that happened.
I'm
I'm
gonna have
like,
to
they
call
done
my brother
stole
and
my
check on
brother's.
him.
He like, yeah, I'm gonna get
Dang.
another one. Black Friday coming up. I'm like, you know what? You're right. But you know what? It's a thing. And even in that show Atlanta, they had a thing called Robin season. Remember that? It is a thing in Atlanta around the holidays. It's Robin season.
Oh, it gets real bad. Like to the point I live in the suburbs, but literally when I come home now that it's dark at 5 p.m.,
Ciao.
which has just ruined my whole freaking life. I literally, it's around the holiday time. So I literally, when I am opening my garage and as it's going down, I'm literally just checking, standing there at the door, like, all right, let me just make sure you go down and
Hmm.
don't nobody try to
Slide through
sneakity
the
deek in
crack.
here.
Seriously.
And
Girl,
nobody
it's
got time
Robin
for that.
season. No. Thank God my brother.
You got to be more careful.
Girl, the craziest thing in the
Golly.
world.
He gonna have to do he gonna have to do some research on
The
I
crazy
got a lot to get.
girl, and the crazy thing is, he said just last week somebody told him, "Hey, we have a place for bikes inside the office building. Like you can for bike riders, you can actually roll your bike in the office, and there's like a spot for y'all to keep your bikes inside."
Wow,
And
that is pretty cool.
brother B was like, "Nah, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I can leave my bike outside." I was like,
Well, guess what? I
and
might be the
so
person that stole his bike to show him a lesson. I told that fool. I told that fool to park his bike on the inside.
I'm gonna have to tell him
I'm
we
gonna
got a
show him.
tip. We got a tip, brother. And
Keep your good eye on that person. Keep your good
listen,
eye.
he said that he kept looking for his bike. Like this, it has to be around here somewhere. Like, is it really stolen? He said there were only two other bikes in the
Oh
vicinity,
God.
so he was like, it's stolen. That's wild. Anyway,
Out of all the bikes in the world, that is really wild. Thank you for that entertaining story. I
yeah,
am absolutely entertained. That was good.
yeah.
That was
You're
good,
welcome,
I tell
sis.
you.
What you drinking on tonight?
Yeah. Whoo, child. I got some apothic rose. Fancy, fancy,
Oh, that looks
fancy.
good.
Right?
That looks. I've never had the rosé of
I'm
that
sorry.
brand.
I'm looking.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at my text messages because this child is out and about on a school night.
Ooh.
It's hard
Yeah,
being a parent out here.
multitasking.
Hmm.
Okay, so you got you a little rosé. All right, all right. Well,
What
I
you got? What you
have.
got?
Oh, you know what? Same. This is same company. Remember last week I put Black Girl Magic, but this is just their regular McBride sisters.
Oh,
It's a red blend.
yeah. Oh, that looks really good.
I don't think I've ever had their red blend, so I just got me a little glass of that. It's
How
gonna
does
be
it
good.
taste?
I haven't tasted it yet. I'm about. We
Oh,
about to.
you
Oh, you
about to
haven't
taste
poured?
it right now?
Yeah, I'm about to taste it now. This is my first.
I'm just.
This will be my first time drinking today. Cheers.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Mm, I like it.
We need to make a song
It's
about wine.
good.
We need to make a song about wine.
Wine. Wine will keep us together. Wine
Hey,
will keep us forever. Okay, yeah, we'll get back to
hey.
that.
We'll come
Let's do
back to
that.
that one. Mm.
Okay, so while we got our wine, I hope y'all got y'all wine. Cheers, cheers to you. Mm,
Cheers to you.
cheers. Tap it
Boo.
and then sip it.
Tap.
Cheers to y'all.
Mm.
So we actually had a
How was
very
your week?
eventful weekend. I think it
Oh,
was pretty eventful.
we we did have a good
So
weekend.
we
We
did.
did a lot. We
So
were together Saturday and Sunday.
yes, we this
Tell
was
the people what we did.
a weekend for a sister. Saturday we had this really cute sip and paint at our auntie's house. She turned 66. Auntie
That's
B
so
in the
amazing.
building. And it was at her house. She had
Yes,
it decorated so pretty, and the she had little
that's
stations
cute.
for us to do our got with our canvas and our paint and our brushes and just the little art stations. It was so cute. And she had food, those stuffed shells. Oh, they were so good.
Ooh,
Yes, I didn't
she
get
could
any of
cook
the
now.
fritters. Everybody was talking about mom's
Me
veggie fritters.
neither. They
I
were
didn't get
raving
any.
about them.
They were gone
Yeah.
like that. I made a pound cake, and it gave what needed to be given. Folks enjoyed that.
Let's talk about it. Can you just make another one and bring it to my house on Sunday? I know we're gonna
Look,
have pound cakes next week, but
listen, this is what we can do, sis, because you've been cutting up lately with your cooking.
okay.
I can do that. I can make a pound cake. What you gonna have to do in return for me is make me some neck bone soup.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I got to take the classes for that
You are
one.
crazy. Girl, that neck bone soup looks so freaking good. I've never had it. I still have never had it.
Huh? Say what now? Say
That's
what
what I'm saying. I've never had your neck bone soup and I want some.
now? Okay, so finish telling the people about our weekend, then we'll talk about neck bone soup.
Okay, fine. So we went to Auntie B's house, did that. It was really nice. We had a good time. All of our aunts were there, our cousins were there. We laughed. We drank, like not everybody drank, but you
But
and me, we had our wine. It was literally only three. It had to be about 15 people, no more than 15
yes,
people in there.
and it
Probably
was three
15.
bottles.
3 bottles of wine. 2 bottles was left by the time we left, and me and Nisa basically drank the one bottle that
The
was.
first bottle, and it was the big bottle.
It was
The
the
other two
big
was the
bottle.
small.
I was like, I'm about to take my wine back. Auntie probably ain't even gonna drink this, but I didn't because I'm a reasonable house guest.
You
Okay,
are.
so then I ended up. Oh, that's right, because I ended up spending the night with you. I went home with Nisa that night. Spent the night. We stopped and got some more wine because
Yes, we
it's a
did.
sister
Yes, we
sleepover.
did.
Who got more wine? Stayed. We didn't really stay late. My juicy baby was over, so we was just playing, fixing the cars. He looked at his TT
Yeah,
the Great and was like, you know what? You look like you can fix these cars, and we
he
did that.
did. He kept trying to get you, and he finally. He's two, but he's real picky about his space of people, and he
Relatable.
finally started opening up and saying "T." He's like "T."
And he does this like, come to me, come to me, and he grabbed my
And
hand
then
like,
there's
come on,
yes,
like we gotta go fix these
yeah,
cars
come on, TT.
now. The
He
work is
was
not.
talking to you.
He was his little baby jibber jabber. I was like, oh, I love my little boo boo. So yeah, that was fun. We just
He's
kicked it.
amazing.
Me and Nisa talked, played with the baby. My nephew was home from college for the weekend, so niece was there. Everybody was good being around. I finally got my room back. Everything was in order because I have a room at all my family members' houses. So Nisa, I have a
She
room
does.
there. They
She
call
does.
it the guest room, but I think everyone knows it is
It's
my
her
room.
room. It's
It
her
was
room.
everything
Yes.
was in
Yes.
decency and in order. I slept like a fresh baby out of the womb. I had such peaceful sleep, not a care in the world. Woke up that Sunday.
That's my prayer room too. It's Lauren's room slash prayer room. So that's why you had that peaceful sleep. Good. Okay.
Woo!
Come on, Holy
It's
Ghost.
God's room.
I'm a church
Mm,
girl now. Come on.
yes, I love
It's
that.
God's room and Lauren just occupies it.
That's exactly why I said okay. Now I get it. Now I get it. Bet. Okay. So then Sunday, so then
Bet.
Sun, so then Sunday, we Nisa's good girlfriend. It was her birthday. Her birthday is actually coming up, but we took her out for yeah, we took her out for a brunch. And tell us about the brunch, sis. You take it over from Sunday.
Listen, Sunday, first of all, I just want to talk about this place where we've gone to um, more than a few times. Garden, is it Park, right? Garden Park.
With a C,
Garden
park
Park.
with a
It's an
C.
entity of, if you're here in Atlanta, Park with a C. If you're here in the Atlanta metro area, or if you are visiting, and this is free advertisement right here,
Hello?
baby. They need to pay me for this. I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is, this is Baltimore seafood, right? Baltimore seafood
Yeah,
affiliated,
Baltimore crab and seafood.
crab and seafood. Yes. So it is a brunch spot where basically everything is a la carte. Well, no, it's all you can eat pretty much. They are going to bring you a tower of everything. Let me tell y'all what we had on this tower. And
Yeah.
and you get bottomless mimosa. Sorry, we ain't got pictures because we had send you some pictures to show you some pictures. You just need to try it
Child.
out for yourself. But
Yeah.
listen. on this tower, and it was just four of us. But on this tower, we had fried chicken, salmon, breakfast potatoes, real pork bacon,
That's important.
chicken sausage, deviled eggs, fried fish. Missing anything?
Grits,
Grits.
kale with the smoke,
Ooh, woo, woo.
fruit,
Fruit, French toast. We was being some. Listen, give us a
and it was like
whole
a little
round of another.
spinach Alfredo pasta thing
Oh
they
yeah, the
pulled
Alfredo
out.
pasta, muffins. Listen, and the waiter was off the chain. He has our brother's name, and he was like, I'm sick of us." He was like, "I'm sick of us. Everybody name B."
Brand, everybody named B. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. He was so funny.
Hilarious. He was hilarious. But let me just say, shout out to my sis. Happy birthday to my good sis. She's always tuned in and she always supports us.
Yes,
But
happy
let me just talk
birthday.
about her best friend. I don't even know how we haven't. I see why
I've been thinking about
she
this.
everybody likes her. She's out of control. I've never. I don't think I've ever met a human as funny as her. Like legit in real life.
Why wouldn't she stop? She saw that we were in pain from laughing, but she would not stop. I was like, okay, you are unfair with this. Now, you have to give us a break, please.
The next time it's gonna be at somebody's house because we was acting a plum diggity dog food out in food
I was,
in these people establishment
no, I
while
was barely
eating
holding it together.
and drinking mimosas.
And she was just so funny. Like I can't even recant can't all the things. It was just
Unbelievable.
she was so
Don't
she
worry, she's
is
gonna be
so
a guest
funny.
on here one of these days.
Yes, girl. The one thing that I will say though was how right next to us there was a big party of someone having like a. You could tell it was a group of young people having like a birthday party. So when they first sat down, we were like, we can tell we're the aunties because we're all like talking. It's just four of us, and they were all literally on their phones. It was the craziest thing to see. Like I was like, am I in like a Twilight Zone?
All of them. It was like
They
eight
were
of them.
yes at a big table. We're not even exaggerating. They were literally just all
Every
looking at
last
their
one
phones.
of them.
None of them were talking. So that was just a funny thing. And then, but they were young. You could tell they were young. I would be surprised if that was even like
Yeah, they
her
were
30th
young.
birthday. They looked like early 20s, mid 20s, maybe. So
She
there was
probably
a,
20s. Yeah, for
right,
sure.
like 25, maybe. I'm thinking was, or, one of the 20s. But yeah, so there was a guy, one of the guys at their table was like filming it, like had his
Yeah.
little a professional camera and he was filming like their stuff. So our sister's best friend, whose party we were at, the funny friend, she randomly sparks up a conversation with this guy. I don't. The next thing I know, he's filming our table, and she's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, get them too." Talking about you and me. He
It was
comes and he
hilarious.
literally took out like several minutes of his video footage that he was filming for his friend to film us at our table. She's like, "Y'all do something." Like it was the funniest thing. I'm like, "Okay, this
The
is a
the
complete
funniest part of that
stranger."
whole thing was when she turned around while he was videoing us and she was like, "It's her birthday too." And the whole table was like, "Happy
That's right.
birthday!"
She was like,
Oh my God.
"Hey, twin." It was so
Oh
cute.
my God. Listen, I live for moments like that. That was so genuine. We had a
It
we had a
was.
time. We had a
We
time.
really
That
did.
girl
We
is
really
silly.
did. That was very
Yeah, it was
fun.
fun.
Very fun. But that was
Yeah.
really it. That was it. We had a good time. After
Yeah, we had
that,
a good time.
I pretty much just I think I just chilled. Yeah, I took a nap on Sunday
You
after
did.
that
You
because
took
I
a
ate so much. Child, whew, I took a nap. I had to sleep that off. I was supposed to sing at an evening service, but the evening service ended up getting
Yes.
canceled. And I said, my God,
Just like,
you know
my
what I need
Jesus.
before I even say a word because I was struggling. Honey. I was in no condition to be singing. None. Okay.
Lauren, you are
Let's
out of control. I just want you to know that.
yes,
Jesus
child.
Lord.
Yeah, for sure. So
But
what
we really did have a good time.
what we want to talk about
What you
today,
say, sis?
we want to give y'all a
Hmm.
disclaimer. Gonna be spoilers. We know that everybody is talking about this. And hopefully everyone has had enough time to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We just want to give not we're not gonna go too deep. Nothing oh, you heard. Nothing too deep,
You
just
heard?
something, chill. We're gonna give a little our little 2 cents on the matter, and everybody tuning in, make sure y'all drop y'all 5 cents in the comments. Um, okay, do you have a fun way for us to talk about this, or do you want me to kind of come up with what I'm thinking?
I want to actually start with a really good story. And I don't think you've ever heard this story before. um, so, of course, a lot of the new Wakanda Forever Black Panther was um, dedicated and in memory of Chad, um, the original Black Panther. And I have a story about when I actually met him. Did you know I met him before?
I do remember. I do. I did know that. I did know
Okay,
that.
you do
Yes.
remember. Okay, okay. So it's probably been a while since I've talked about it, but let me just say, um, when I was, in my actor world with my actor hat on, and um, at one point that was all I was doing and going to school full time, right? So
Hmm.
I was a part of a movie called 42, where he played Jackie Robinson.
Yes.
And I remember it was filmed in Macon. It was in the summer, and they literally, the production company, put us in hotels. We had per diem per night. It
Oh
was it was
snap!
a really great experience, and I was there for we filmed for like 2 days, so it was really
Oh
cool, right?
wow, that's dope.
And I was in the scene where he was actually, I was a part of the crowd where he was like outside um playing baseball or whatever, right? And in between every single take, he would come to the crowd, the audience, and he would just talk to people and dap people up. He was like, "How y'all feeling today? It's hot out here, and he was just really a kind-hearted person. Like, I remember being on, I never made it to any major roles, but I remember
Bless you.
I had to mute myself. Thank you.
Bless you.
um, I remember, all the sets that I've been on. Never once did any of the characters or the actors come up to us and like talk, other than
Mm.
Tasha. What's her name? The
Smith.
twin from yes, Tasha Smith. Other than her, but that's because I was literally sitting in the chair, like we
Getting
kind
your
of
hair done.
had
Yeah.
to talk before I
Yeah.
communicate. You know, my
Yeah.
hair done, right? So
Yeah.
I was in her. I had to talk to her, but other than that, I've never experienced someone just kind of literally being so kind-hearted. Like, you're like, okay, he's a star. He's in this such an important role, and
Yes.
he's taken the time every single
Oh
time we
my
cut
gosh.
to come and sit with the crowd and talk to the crowd. And you can tell even back then that he was
Wow.
just such a genuine, kind-hearted person. I mean,
Mm.
I think most people would agree that when you are around certain people, you just feel their aura, and you know
Yeah,
that, you know what, this is a solid,
right.
solid dude, solid woman. He was, you could
I
tell he was
love that.
solid.
Ugh.
So that's my story, and I'm so glad that even though he didn't know my name, you know, I got a chance to meet him, and I
Yes.
got a chance to actually, him he saw me and I saw him, like, hey,
Yes. You
hey,
saw him in his element. Like,
he is.
yeah, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So,
And I don't know, did you go to, when we, I know we're talking about Wakanda Forever, but when that movie came out, 42, I know me, mom, and the kids went, and it was the scene that I was in. It was literally like the scene where the camera was right there on me, and in the movie theater, I remember my kids being like, "That's my mom." They were young.
I
It was cute, but I say
don't
all
think
that
I
to
went with
say,
y'all. Yes.
maybe not, but I say all that to say, the way they honored him. Talk about it. Tell me what you think.
No, you go. I'm getting my ish together.
Okay, the way that they honored him in this movie, let me tell you the one thing that I noticed, right?
Hmm.
Every time that they and spoiler alert, they
Yeah.
honored him like at the very beginning,
Yes.
but they also honored him like towards the end, right? At the
Yes.
end.
Hmm.
And did you realize that, you know, most of the times when you're watching a movie, and this is a spoiler alert, just a alert. I can't talk right. A spoiler alert, just a little bit of one, right? When you're in movies, and a lot of times, you know, you hear all the background, you hear the music playing, even as they're talking. Every single time they honored him, it was complete silence, no music playing. It was like, we just want you to soak in this
Yeah.
moment.
Ugh.
That was heavy, wasn't it?
It was intense. It was definitely intense, and I knew going in that I was going to be crying. Especially because we recently lost. Oh my gosh, this is really weird right now. I just remembered that I had a dream that someone close to us passed away, but it just is now coming to me that it was a dream. I almost was about to say, like, because we recently lost someone, not brother K, our main guy. I'm gonna have to tell you when we finish the
Hmm.
podcast. It felt that real that I was literally
Okay.
just about to say. Anyway,
Wow.
we yeah, but I think with us dealing recently with loss of a loved one, and
Hmm.
those emotions being kind of maybe a little bit fresh, I think that made it even
Yeah.
more like, oh my gosh. And just realizing, like, no, this is a real person. This was a
Intense.
real human
Hmm. He
being
was a
with
real person.
people that loved him, that love him, that are still mourning for him. The people that were working on that
Hmm.
film with him were, I believe, they feel like family. So just to even see, I felt like watching them cry and grieve was like a peek inside of how they
Oh,
really were probably grieving. Like those weren't just like
dealing with the
we're,
process. Yeah.
yeah, they weren't just
Movie
grieving
tears,
T'Challa.
reacting tears.
Yes, they were grieving and are grieving Chadwick Boseman, and I felt like it would, like you're saying, like that was such a beautiful, it was such a beautiful way to honor him and to allow the world to grieve him, because they,
Hmm.
a lot of
Hmm.
celebrities will have like they'll stream their, homegoing, or they'll like have a like a public viewing or something. And I don't think they did that with Chadwick. So to have this moment where the world can
Yeah.
kind of just like grieve
Mhm.
his loss, in such a beautiful way, I just thought was incredible.
Beautiful,
It was
beautiful.
so beautiful. Really, I feel like the moment Shuri
Oh.
was, she was the one that really, I was like, this woman is good. She is good at acting. She is good at acting, but she also, it felt like that was like real.
Real, real, right?
Hmm. Okay.
thought that the whole movie, hands down, was just I. Let me tell you, I was going to be one of the people that kind of just waited to see the movie until I heard all the hype and just felt moved to go see it. I wasn't it wasn't that I wasn't pressed to see it, and let me tell you why. And don't listen to me. This is just me, okay? I will tell you why I wasn't pressed to see it, because I felt like, one, I felt, and me working in the healthcare field, and one of the things that they um we see on a consistent basis is, how many people were diagnosed with the particular cancer that he had, like the um,
Mm.
colon cancer, and it's, the preventative measures that people just don't take, and this is something that people may not know, and I'm kind of getting off on a tangent, but even though you're supposed to get uh, by insurance companies, they will cover a colonoscopy at the age of 45, but in the Black community, it's recommended at the age of 40. So if you have insurance, your insurance isn't covering it because you're just 40, although it's recommended that you have it if you
Mm.
are an African American at the age of 40, right? And so
Wow.
one of the conversations that, like the representatives that come in to kind of talk about, like the different ways of testing if people don't want to go and have the whole colonoscopy, if they feel like that's just too much trouble, different ways that you can kind of um, start that process without having the whole entire procedure, right?
Mhm.
Um, but one of the things that they reference to catch people's eyes is the fact that Chad was one of the people that was very
Wow.
young, and it could have been a preventative measure if, maybe he would have been diagnosed early on, because
Mm. Was
he
he
was
in
in
his
his
early
early 40s.
40s?
Was he
Yeah.
even 40? I want to say he was early 40. I really want to say he was early 40. Um, we're gonna look that up.
Yeah, I was about to
I
say
want to say
that
he was in his early.
had to be.
Chad Boswick was.
Uh, Chadwick Boseman. You a black mother, child. You just got that name all kind
I'm
of.
sorry, Bose. I did.
Chadwick Boseman. He had to be like in his
Chad
early 40s, but that's
Boswick
very interesting. Like that,
age.
because when they found the diagnosis
He
for
was
him,
43. He was
wow, when he
43
passed away,
when he passed away in
and but
2020.
he
He
lived
was
with
43.
the and he was living with that illness for some years though. So I wonder, like, if
How old he was when they diagnosed him,
right.
right?
Yes, I wonder how, and because I feel like when they did diagnose him, he was like uh in a very far stage of it, wasn't he? It wasn't like early on that they detected it. It was kind of like, their stages of cancer or whatever. But anyway, look, don't listen to me. I'm darn sure ain't go to nobody's medical school. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies, okay? Or um cancer diagnosis and all that
Yeah, but
that
he
is
was 43 years old. So to my point, basically what I'm saying is, if you're not supposed to get a colonoscopy until you're 45, how does that help you get what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah,
43. He was
yeah, yeah.
43. So, I mean, it's really unfortunate. I think that they really did, though, a great job of honoring him, and
Hmm.
just even his sister taking on the role that she took on, Shuri.
Yeah.
Remember Brennan had that cat named
Spoiler,
Shuri.
spoiler, spoiler. Yeah, 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 yeah. I thought about, oh, Shuri, most of the movie. Like, dang, that old cat, she
Me
was something
too.
else.
Shuri, she's crazy.
But okay, so beyond the beautiful tribute, and our emotional connection with Chadwick Boseman as a man and what him playing the Black Panther did for in our community, like what it represents in our community. Are you a big Marvel or comic book fan like that, or you're just a casual
So
fan?
it's funny. It's two parts to this. Because although I feel like I just thought of something. This is off topic.
Okay.
You are drinking red wine with that white shirt on, girl. You go, girl. I could never pull
I'm
that
living
off
on
because
the
I'm
edge,
such a
y'all.
clumsy somebody.
Now
You
that you
living on the
said it, I
edge.
need
I
to
hope I
I
ain't
need to
jinx you.
find
Knock
some
on
wood.
wood.
Let
I'm
me
knocking
find
on wood. I'm knocking on wood for you. I'm knocking on wood for you. I saw you flip
girl.
that. I said, she got on a white shirt with some red wine. Well, check her out. She is bold
I'm out
and
here.
beautiful.
Mm,
Bold
what
and
is wrong
beautiful.
with you?
Okay, but don't listen to me. Um, I forgot what I was talking about. I gotta pour
You were
another
saying,
glass.
yeah, do that. I asked you, are you a big Marvel
Oh,
universe fan
Marvel.
or
No. So
casual? Okay.
the mm-mm. I okay. One or two things. I don't know. Even though I am not, I would not consider myself to be a Marvel fan. I watch all of them. I watch all of them. So maybe that makes me a fan.
I feel you on that. I
That's
feel you on that.
tricky. That's
It is
tricky.
tricky.
It is.
I feel you on that. It is very tricky because I am not really a comic book fan. Like I don't know anything really about the comic books or where any of the stories go, but I pretty much have watched all of the Marvel universe movies, especially like I'm even like the not so big ones. I think the only ones that I haven't watched, which I've been meaning to go back and watch, are the what is it? Is it the Fantastic Four, child? The one with
Oh, I like Fantastic Four.
I
Yeah.
want because I saw them in Civil War and all of the
Watched all of
Avengers
them.
movies, but I haven't
Yes.
seen their solo
Okay.
movies. So I'm like, I need to. Those are the ones that I need to go back and watch. Especially because of the huge role that they ended up playing in the Avengers movies. I was like, dang, I didn't.
Exactly. Know the
But okay,
dynamics of the backstory.
right, and that's what makes it where I feel like I'm not a huge fan because I don't really know how. I don't always know exactly how all this stuff connects. And people who are really big fans, they're like, "Oh,
Gotcha.
that means this," and "Oh, Bucky's gonna come in on
Yeah,
that,"
yeah,
and
yeah.
then in phase
Right.
six, they're gonna do this and they're gonna introduce that. I'm like, I don't know. But I love the movies, and I do
Yeah.
feel like I'm just a movie buff, like an unofficial
Yeah.
critic, if you will. I have my
Right.
things that I like about movies, and I
Don't listen to her.
period. But I do love movies, and okay. So that being said, we're both, I guess, just saying this to say, we're we're maybe slightly above casual MCU watchers, but we're
Okay.
definitely not full on all in the universe and know everything about all of the things. And we really just watch the movies for
100%.
enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? So that being
Hmm.
said, don't listen to me, don't listen to her, but we about to give y'all our unofficial thoughts of the movie. So what
Tell us.
I
Tell the
just want to
people.
say,
Tell the
okay, so
people what they need to know.
my question to you, sis, is on a scale of 1 to 5, one being
Mm.
I hated it, 5 being there is no Marvel movie or comic book movie that is better than this, including Black Panther first one. Where would you say that this movie falls?
Honestly, because of okay. I have so many thoughts. I have so many
Give
thoughts.
it to us. Like
Gotta get it all out.
like our little
I'm
baby
gonna
said, give
try.
it to give us your thoughts.
Okay, TT. Okay, TT. Um. So the part of the movie that at pretty much at the end, where I was like, dang man, you should have just whack a doo 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 doo. So be
Woo!
one and done. That was probably the biggest thing that I was just like, why you got to be civil now, like be a savage. However, I do understand that those type of endings lead and open the door for the next movie that probably we won't see for the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I do get it. However, I was just like, man, y'all should have just, it's that's the villain. Like, why you didn't, the villain? It's like Joker. Like Joker, why is he still alive? He ain't dead. We got a whole movie on
This
the
Joker
Joker.
ain't never gonna die.
Sorry, that was mean. That was mean. That was mean.
Never thought
But that's
about it
how I
like that. The
feel.
Joker
I'm just
is
like,
just gonna
what?
live forever.
You just gonna keep popping up in different movies? You just gonna, okay. I don't know why y'all ain't took him out by now, but it's a movie. I have to realize that. So, to answer your question, I still would give it a 5. Um, I was kind of on the fence. I do think I want to go watch it again. Even though I'm in the suburbs, we had some raunchy ghetto eh people. And I was like, that's another reason that I didn't want to go see it the opening week, because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to hear it.
Okay.
Hear it.
Mhm.
So I gotta watch it again. But I do think, honestly, I thought it was. At one point, I was like, "Oh man, this movie been going on for a while," but that's because I probably was just tired. And but then I was like, "Oh, this is really good." I was getting into it, and it was emotional. And then I was just like, "Okay, this was a really good movie." I didn't want to necessarily see it right away because I didn't think it would be good enough for me to watch in comparison
Mm.
to the original. So that was my reason for not wanting to necessarily watch it immediately. I wanted to give it time to
Mhm.
let things settle down, to kind of hear everybody's
Yeah.
opinions and thoughts, because I really didn't know if they could live up to the first one. I really didn't. But I think, even though I don't feel like it surpassed how I feel about the first one, because I even watched the first one twice. We was watching it when you were
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. 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 Yep.
In preparation, because I knew my husband. He's a my husband is a big, huge
MCU.
Marvel fan. Like huge. Oh,
Okay.
huge, 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 huge. He thought this was the greatest movie ever. He was just like, "Oh my god." He talked
Wow.
about it the very next day. Called me on my lunch break talking about how, man, that was such a good movie.
I
Now,
love
I'm
that.
not taking it
Okay.
there, but I think it served its purpose, and it
Mhm.
really did, you know, the way it honored, and they kept his legacy going. It
Yeah.
was great. You tell me. Now, we ain't no
I
judgment. No
I
judgment.
agree. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I agree. You know what? I will say though, I did nerd out a little bit after watching the movie. I watched there's a emergency awesomeness.
Podcast.
He does like reviews for all these like nerdy things, including House of Dragons. I got sucked in on his YouTube page because he did the reviews for House of
Ooh.
Dragons and all the breakdowns and all the Easter eggs. So he also does that for like for just a lot of movies. He did it for Black Adam, he did it for the Black Panther. So I did watch his review and it was really cool. I need to actually rewatch it. And I watched another podcast where they were talking about some of the breakdown. And I talked to a few people. Uh oh, sis,
Sorry.
you back? Okay.
I didn't do that.
But yeah, I talked to a couple of folks about like how what they thought about the movie, and I think the one thing that um okay, so this is like a thing that I don't like when I'm in like this. universe or this world that a movie or a series of
Sorry, I'll
movies
be
or
back. I'm listening.
oh, you leaving?
I'm
Okay,
listening.
I'm gonna talk to
My iPad
y'all
is
then.
about to die.
Okay. Yeah, fix that. Get that. All right. So one thing that I don't like when I'm watching like shows and stuff, or things that are not just of this world. It's like, okay, they're taking us outside of our normal world, putting us into this other universe. I don't like when something gets introduced that isn't consistent
Hmm.
with that world. So, for example,
Uh-huh.
if you're Game of Thrones fan and you saw the
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
evolution of like Khaleesi, I thought
Yes.
her going from 0 to 100 in the very last season,
Mm,
even though if I would have binge watched Game of Thrones episode 1 all the way through season 7 and even all the way through the final season 8, I probably would have thought, okay, that was fine.
yeah.
But because I watched a lot of it in real time,
Yeah.
it just felt like her progression to being like the Mad Queen was incredibly quick
Sorry.
and unrealistic, and it took me a little bit out of this universe that they had established over a decade of us watching this freaking show.
Yes. I
So what?
know, right?
Yeah, and I don't know. And this I don't want this to come off like I'm judging because I could never in a million years do what actors do. I always say that is the one job that I am completely enamored with. I feel like actors are
Really?
I don't know what it is about acting. I'm so enamored with it. I feel like that is a superpower to me. It is so cool. So when I say this,
Wow.
do
Okay.
not listen to me because I don't know what TF I'm talking about.
Okay. Brace.
I will
Brace.
say
Brace myself.
one of the character portrayals that took me out of the universe, and this probably I'm sure it's just me because I don't know nothing about this, was the college kid scientist. Her role kind of took me out of the Marvel universe. Okay, why
I
you?
didn't know
What's the
how that came
reaction?
about. No, because even keep going. I'm listening.
What you think? What?
No, because she sounded like somebody straight from Atlanta. I mean, she sounded like she was just an Atlanta girl who just stumbled upon a role. And bad mouthing it, but it was just a weird thrown in concept to where it was like, how where did this even come from? I remember even saying at the end, like, wow, that was a major role for her to portray, and such the amount of time that she spent in the actual movie was was surprising to me. It was surprising to me.
Okay, so you kind of see a little bit what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I think that the idea of having this college student who is I got the idea of, okay, we talked about Namor wants to kill the scientist. They figure out, oh, the scientist is this child. We
Brilliant
can't
college
let
student,
we can't
right?
let Namor kill the scientist
I am
now.
so sorry. I just
It's
don't. Y'all
good.
gonna see my dirty clothes all over and everything. Jesus, let me
Well, girl,
get it
look,
together.
we all got dirty clothes. Quiet as it's kept.
Well, I mean, that's the only thing in my room that's dirty. Just, I mean, not dirty
Period.
clothes, but clean clothes all over the place.
All right, straighten them out. You ain't got no dirty clothes.
I ain't
Okay.
got no dirty clothes over here. I ain't no B Simone. Ooh, we'll talk about that.
I don't know nothing about that, child. I like me some B Simone. Is she
Tell you
canceled?
about that. Go ahead. No, she ain't canceled, but it's just a little weirdness going on. But continue.
All right. Anyway, what I was saying though, my technical, non-knowing technical self, I'm what I'm saying is I thought that, okay, so the idea of having this Namor wants to kill the scientist. They're like, no, the scientist is his child. We can't let him kill the scientist. I get that idea for the progression of the movie. Like they needed something to be like
Right.
resistant
Something
for
else
the
to stick.
yes,
Right, right,
to
right,
be
right.
like, okay, we can't, this is our conflict with the the man who's trying to the villain basically. The villain wants to kill this
Right.
girl, we can't let him kill the girl. I just
Right.
wasn't 100% enjoying their their
Her role.
decision, their character decision for I think maybe if
It
it was
was a
like
lot.
if she was like a nerdy kid, maybe I just felt like it was
That's
heavy
what I was
on the
thinking.
it was it was heavy on the let me pat my weave perspective. I was like, okay, now I
She
get
sounded like she was
some folks
from
are hood.
Atlanta.
It was they were heavy handed with the
Hood, hood.
yeah with and it didn't even
Which is
sound like
fine. Listen,
it is fine because there are some hood nerds. My only thing was it just didn't even seem authentic for the actor. Like I feel like
oh well.
sometimes, like even
Yeah.
okay, okay, I'm giving all types of analogies, but even like the Popeyes lady, how she does that black voice, and if you want Southern fried chicken from Popeyes, come on down and get my 2 for 1
Use
special.
an actor.
But no, you know what I mean. Like it's like you're trying to sound black. It didn't feel authentic. Like the character choice felt like I'm trying to sound black. I'm trying to be like, oh now I know y'all ain't come up in my lab and y'all go. It was just like maybe somebody else could have made it feel more like I'm
No,
actually
I think
hood.
that
I
no,
don't
I think that
know.
they just should have. I think that I don't think that they should have made her sound hood at all. That I think it would have went, and not to say, not to discredit the movie in any kind of way, but I think that if they would have allowed her to even be a like you said, like a real what we portray as a nerd, it would have completely worked. You know what I mean? I mean, they got the colonizer. You got the colonizer. Why you can't get the nerd on board too? Come, why the nerd got to be a ghetto black chick?
And I mean, shout out. We black people are not a monolith, so shout out to hood, more urban, all of that. But that was my only thing that I would
Yeah,
say was like a critique. It kind of took me out of the universe because it just felt like this just doesn't feel natural. Now I think
yeah.
the other I've heard other critiques about I guess which I when I thought about it, I'm like, okay, I actually do get that. Spoiler, heavy spoiler coming at you. So
Uh
please
oh. Don't
skip
listen to
ahead
her.
if you have not seen the movie. Please, I'm giving
Skip
you a
ahead.
beat. Skip ahead, skip ahead. So
Hey.
heavy spoiler, heavy spoiler.
Hmm.
Okay, so when uh T'Challa's mom's character, was it Ramonda, I think is her name. Angela Bassett's character. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. When she died, I after I thought about it, I was like, at first I was fine with the way she died, but after I thought about it, I was like,
I wasn't.
you know what?
I wasn't.
That was a kind of
I wasn't.
a strange
I
way for her
wasn't.
to go. It
That
just
was
felt
that was the
crazy.
one. No, I wasn't. I wasn't fine with that one at all. I literally in the movie, I was like, they're not gonna let her die, are they? I was saying that out loud to my husband. I was saying, "Oh, I know they're not gonna let her die. She's gonna come back." I was sold on her coming back to life. I was like, "Oh no, she's gonna come back to life. They're not gonna let her die. Why would
Not like
they let her die?"
especially like that. That just
I didn't think they was gonna let her die for real. I just didn't. You know, when you watching a Marvel movie and you always think the person is dead, and then everybody crying,
and
and
they come
then
back to
all of a
life.
sudden miraculously they come back to life. That's what I
Yeah.
thought was gonna happen in
Especially
real
when
life.
the college kid, when she spit up the water and came back to life, I was like, okay, surely she's about to come back to life. But then I heard someone say this, and I was like, this is so true. I hate when someone's death is not a good reflection of the character. So two things with this: one,
Yeah.
they are under full on attack, and there is not a single soul with the queen. What that
Guarding
don't that don't,
her.
that made absolutely no sense. It was like, what? She just by
Not
herself,
one
solo
person guarding
dolo,
her but
against the
herself.
most. against the man that y'all trying to kill, the main guy, Namor.
Powerful against the man that told you he was gonna come back after you
And
called. Spoiler alert. After you called him. Hmm.
so I thought, and so that one was out of that was just outside of the norm. Like she has way more people around her just on a random
Yeah.
Tuesday. So for there to be nobody in that throne room with her other than this 19-year-old scientist that they just met
Yeah.
was very unrealistic. And the fact that she decided to like almost like kill herself for this person that she just met 2 days ago was especially
No.
after she had been so adamant about her daughter, like not doing crazy stuff, not doing, I
Yes, and kicking old girl out the clan. Oh
oh,
Jesus,
Nisa,
this is
that
just so
okay.
much. I didn't
For
think that
that
was
reason
right,
alone, it was a
man.
10 out of 10. That scene for me, Angela Bassett is the greatest
She
actor of
is.
all. That scene, whoo,
I still be trying to
whoo,
reenact a lot of her scenes. Listen, Waiting to Exhale is one of my first loves. If I'm watching Waiting, this is on the
no,
tangent, and this is also a true story. If I am in the house
what are you about to
watching
say?
Waiting to Exhale, my one time I was in the house watching Waiting to Exhale, my daughter walked in my room. She looked at the TV and then she looked at me and said, "Mama, you okay?" She already knew. It is
She
real
about
if
to go
Mama in
down.
here watching Waiting to Exhale. Yes, baby, I'm okay. I just needed some.
Yeah, you got to keep a good eye on that
Sure.
one, y'all. Keep your good eye
That
on my
Angela.
good sis.
That Angela.
Angela did that, child.
Just
She and okay,
Jesus.
those arms,
Just pouring more
baby.
wine.
Those arms and
I
that
want to
back
look
on.
like her.
Ooh,
I
she's
want to look like
60.
her in real life. I know. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like she could be a bodybuilder, like or the models that would they be doing the builder. I don't know what it is, child. But
She
anyway,
looks unreal, unreal,
that's why I
child.
go to Orange Theory twice a week,
There's no way
just
that she's
twice.
eating like carbs or sugar. She has to like.
Nothing.
You think
She
she's
not
ever
having
had like?
fun with her eating.
No, we're gonna die from something anyway. I just feel like why not eat? Did you
No,
know
this
that
is
vegans
true,
are gonna die
sis.
too? They're dying.
Did you know that everything that has breath, everything that's living, is going to at some point die?
Croak.
May as well
We're
have
all
a
getting
good
up out of here,
time.
baby.
Oh my God. I just thought of a
Cheers to
story, but
that.
I gotta tell you later. I can't say it out loud.
Okay,
Cheers to
don't
that,
say it
sis.
out loud.
Croak.
We're all gonna
Remember that.
croak.
Croak.
So let's eat
Hmm.
carbs and be happy.
Baby.
Hmm. And that's a direct quote. Quote me on that.
That's a direct quote. I'm gonna have some. This is funny, y'all. This is off topic again.
Yeah,
I ordered
we're
pizza
talking.
while Lauren was here on Saturday.
Oh, I thought you meant just now. Yeah.
No, I ordered pizza on Saturday while Lauren was here, and
Correct.
I ordered my favorite type of pizza, and apparently her and my children agreed that that was a pizza type that nobody eats, but I guess the elderly, I don't know, because my daddy
No,
sure eat that type of
it's not
pizza.
the elderly.
My
It's
daddy,
a
my daddy eat that pizza too. Lauren, my daddy eat that pizza too.
it's the unhinged. You cannot trust these people if they eat. Let me tell you, it don't matter what age. It doesn't have an age. It doesn't have a race. It doesn't have a gender. What it does have is a mindset. Now, if you eat this kind of
Woo!
pizza, You got a particular mindset, and we need to keep both of our good eyes on y'all. Everybody,
Y'all,
identify
I got the hiccups
yourself.
again.
Oh, she done got the
Oh,
hiccups. She she done got the hiccups, y'all. Identify yourselves if you like this type of pizza, because I'm not effing around with y'all. I need to know what I'm dealing with.
oh
Okay.
God. Tell them what
Nisa
kind of
hauled
pizza.
off and ordered supreme pizza. Y'all, I've had enough. I've had enough.
Oh God, I got the hiccups. I'm trying to. I'm
What
laughing
did
as
you
I'm
have?
hiccuping. I'm just mute the phone. I'm just
I
mute.
have had it up to here with these shenanigans. Supreme pizza. First, it was dressing. First, it was you don't like dressing, and you've raised your children in this way. It's ungodly. The Bible says, train up a child in the way that they
Rain up
should
or train up.
go. Train up.
I'm gonna have to
You know
mute.
what?
I can't.
I mean,
I
the
can't.
Bible says,
Oh God.
train up a child in the way that they
Oh.
should go, and when they're old, they won't depart. My sister done trained up her children to not like dressing. Strike one.
Well,
Okay.
they don't like supreme pizza either.
Which we thank the good Lord for. Okay. Because it was nothing but the grace of God that spared them from that horrible decision, child.
Oh my God, y'all. I'm so sorry. I really have the hiccups. I'm
I
so
can't
sorry.
even
I'm hiccuping.
deal with it. Anyway, look, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with my good sis. Supreme
Oh God, I'm
pizza.
so sorry.
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
Okay.
mm-mm. I couldn't believe it.
You know what the hiccups, when you had hiccups, you know what that means.
I knew
You
you
know what
was
that means,
going there.
right?
No, 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 sis. It's not happening for you. I knew you was going there. It's not happening, sis. Oh, go on and
Oh
tell him
God.
what is.
I'm
Go on
growing,
and tell
baby.
him.
I'm growing. Next time you see me, I'm gonna be okay. So listen, this is a secret.
What
Okay.
what what height do you want to
I'm
be?
really 5'1". I'm really 5'1.5", but I tell them, and what's on my license is 5'2". Next time you see me, I'm gonna
I'm
be five
gonna
two.
insert
Baby,
here.
come on.
She is not 5'1.5" in real life. She is maybe 5 feet and a half, maybe 5 feet
No, no, no,
even.
no, no. Naughty is 5'1". So I'm 5'1.5".
That child is not 5'1".
Without no hair. Like she might be 5 feet. She might be.
What kind of doctor are y'all? They eyeballing it. Them doctors y'all going to eyeballing it. They ain't got no real U.S.
Lord,
metrics that they're doing. No. Okay, but
you are out of
you know what?
control.
You have that 5'1.5", y'all.
Thank
She
you.
5 feet, maybe five
Five
feet
two.
and a half.
5'2".
But
Per
what
my
height would
driver's
you do
license.
you really want to be? Like if in a
5 feet.
perfect world. Okay, just 5'2". That
Maybe
why are
five
you
three. 5'4" would be the last. That's it. No
okay?
higher than that.
Got
Five
it.
four, 2, 3, 4. Hey,
Heard.
but I'm 5'1.5". I'll take it. I'm the shortest
Mm.
and I'm the oldest out of the four kids. But
Mhm.
I
Mhm. Mhm.
think I'm the loudest, and
Oh yeah.
I'm the loudest.
Oh,
So that stands for something.
it does. Okay. Do you like popcorn? What's your go-to theater snack?
Here's the funny thing. I always say I don't like popcorn until I'm eating it, and I eat it all up. I'm like, God dang, you don't like popcorn, but you done ate the
Oh,
whole
really?
bucket.
Okay.
Uh,
Let me. I don't know if y'all know this, but these new theaters have like these seasonings that you can buy, y'all. So my
white
favorite
cheddar, white cheddar.
eh,
You ain't got it right there. Yes, baby.
I when I'm going to like a movie, so I went to see Black Panther. at a different theater than my normal theater. Like I have a theater because I goes to the movie, baby. It's got a bar, it's got the recliner
Oh,
chairs, it's got everything that I need. But I went to a different one because I didn't want to be up in the mix like that. So went a little bit further
okay.
out of the
You didn't want to be where the
city.
black folks was.
Well,
The
I
urbans,
love
the
look,
urbans.
I love the black folks, and I still was where they was at, but it just was like
It ain't no, we
five
ain't
people.
gonna discount that.
It was just a few people in the theater. But yeah, there was no bar. So I was like, okay, what's the next best thing? Like what do I need to
You're
have to
just
enjoy
supposed to
this
bring your
moment?
individual. Oh,
And I didn't know that. So my go-to favorite um movie theater snack is popcorn, but with the crunch candy, the chocolate crunch candy. I shake it in there and like it's like a salty and sweet snack. It's
ooh,
it's my weird little, and I sprinkle a little bit of that on the popcorn before I put the chocolate in there. Girl,
ooh.
it's got to be the crunch though. Now I've tried it with goobers.
That sounds good.
It can slap with goobers, but the peanuts it's
Yeah.
too much. It's too peanutty. You just need the crunch. Give it a little crunch, a little salty. Oh, it's good. Trust me on that.
Okay, you
Hmm.
putting us on game.
Hmm.
Trust me on that.
Hmm.
Now let me tell you. Okay. Oh, let me tell you. Now you know I'm
Okay.
in the suburbs, right?
Hmm.
Go to the movies. First of all, I was surprised that my husband, was able to find tickets because I did not want to go. Like I was fighting it. We had just left my house on
Oh,
Sunday, and
y'all went Sunday. Okay.
I
Oh,
was
so
getting
he
ready
didn't
to
even have to
chill.
buy them in advance. He found them the day of.
No, that's what I'm saying. We literally as
Wow.
soon as we got home, we dropped you off. We came straight home. No, we dropped you
Yeah.
off. We dropped the baby off. We dropped Nate off. And we got home. It was probably about 4 in the afternoon. He was like, "We gotta go see the movie." I was like, "Ain't no tickets gonna be available. If you find tickets there, sure, I'll go." Put my foot right on in my mouth because he found tickets, girl.
Were
He
they like
found
on the
tickets.
first row or they were decent
They
seats?
were on. They were on the bottom the screen is, but it was the last row.
Gotcha.
And so for you to buy tickets, you had to, of course, like the dinner and the movie. We usually go to the dinner and the movie, but this one we was just like, we'll go to the what is it, NCG, right?
Yeah, NCG. But you can still select sometimes some of their theaters
But
have.
we selected
Okay.
our seats, but it was the last row of the
Front
seats on the
section.
floor, basically by the
Hmm.
screen, right? So we get there. I already know he's definitely gonna get popcorn. We get something to drink. The only snack that I ever want when I go to the movie is Raisinette. The chocolate cover raisins. Oh, that's
You know,
my favorite.
that's actually not crazy. I just don't like raisins.
Oh, see, now look
Yeah,
at
I
you.
don't like
I don't like
raisins.
dressing and you don't like raisins. Ha ha ha. Ha ha
What you're not gonna do is compare those two, sis. Now, I don't know what you heard, but we don't like raisins like that. Try because Karen tried to put some
ha.
raisins.
Raisins.
Karen tried to put raisins in the potato salad, and we said
Salad.
not
I ain't
on
know.
my
I've never eaten Karen's potato salad. So, and let
okay.
that be the reason, okay? But guess what? We get to ordering, and again, we're used to going to dinner and a movie because they usually have like a special. I think it's on like Tuesday, Wednesday night. We'll usually go to dinner and a movie, right?
Oh.
Um, where they have the full bar, and we also eat there,
Mm.
right?
Is the food
Exactly.
good? Now I still I know you got to get to your story, but I still feel like I haven't found a good movie dinner and movie place where the food is good.
And man, I stick to the same thing. I
Mm,
just do appetizers like the boneless wings, the
stuff you can't go
mozzarella
wrong with.
sticks, and like the
Yeah.
spinach dip. Exactly, because I've tried like the chicken sandwich. I've tried like the chicken
Mm,
tenders. I've tried like the salad,
mm.
the chicken salad. None of that is like. It's just like I wasted my money, so I just stick to what I
Yeah.
know.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
But the drinks be hitting. The drinks
Okay.
be hitting.
So
So
this is okay. This is a cheat code just before you go on. Get your big bag though. Get a big bag and just bring your food up in there, girl.
big bag. And bring you get those individual 4 packs of wines and stick it
You
in your
can
purse.
do
That's what I
that.
did.
Now I have done that before. I'm not proud, but
I'm
I've done it.
proud. I'm
Right.
proud about it. Okay. I needs to have my
All true
wine
to
if
that.
it's not an open bar. So guess what? I had my individual wines with me. Had the big tote bag.
Yes.
Let me tell you what happened though. Get to the front. All I want is my raisinettes. They ain't got them. They ain't got raisinettes. They ain't got
That's
none of the
shocking.
chocolates that I eat. Then, as I'm getting to the front and we're showing like, okay, here's the barcode for the tickets, thinking that somebody is going to scan it. The guy is like, "Oh no, you just go in." I'm like, "Well, where do we go?" He's like, "Oh, it's on the barcode." I'm like, I didn't even have to pay for this movie. Now,
No.
sidebar, I'm not proud of this. That's
Hmm.
the first thing I said. I was like,
That's the
we
first thing
really
I
didn't even have
thought.
to pay. We okay, good. But then I tell my kids that, and they was like, okay, maybe I'm giving away too much. Never
What they
mind. Don't
say?
listen to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm into it.
You want to
Okay.
know?
I do.
I told them about, hey, we went to the movie theater. They didn't even scan our tickets. We could have just got in for free. They was like, oh, we do that all the time. Well, why the H you didn't put me on? Why the H you didn't put me on? Why the
Now
H you didn't put me on? I don't
this
know.
redeems you. You dropped the ball on the dressing. Them is some solid kids for
I done
saying that.
raised them right. I done
Oh
raised them
yes.
right.
Oh yes. Now
They told me,
now
they was like, "Oh no, no, mommy. When you go to that movie theater, you don't pay.
first and
You just buy you some
look.
snacks and you walk in."
Now I will say this: you kind of sound like Brother B. You know, I always accuse him of being an honest Abe to a fault. Now sometimes you just got to go. You got to go with God on that and just take the blessing. Okay, you did that recently. I feel like where you was where were we at, and you were it was like a thing where it was like, okay, yeah, just let's just go, come on, okay, we're just going. And you were like, but wait, because we're supposed to do this and we're supposed to do it was something. Was it you? It might have been Brother B.
Sometimes I do be doing that. Sometimes I do be doing that. I think it's old age. Because a lot of times,
it's
I mean, I wouldn't always
it's
just
integrity. It's integrity, and I respect that about you, sis. I love that
okay,
about you, sis.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And you're
I
rich
appreciate that.
also. You know what? I think it's wealth. That's what's got you so honest. Me, i'm still
I will take it.
I'm still wealth building. So now slide me the deets of the theater.
Listen,
That's where I'll be
I
going.
when my kids told me that, I was thinking to myself, giving you ninjas money to go to the movies. What do you do with it?
Snacks.
They go to Waffle House afterwards. That's what they do.
Now
My child at Waffle House right now. She's supposed to be coming. She's supposed to be coming from a school dance, and she at the Waffle House.
they had a little dance.
10 o'clock. Not a dance like that. It was like the dance team. You know,
Okay, cute.
yeah, it was like a little dance team routine thingy at the school she went to. But okay, so I said all that to say that they didn't have my Raisinets. We could have got into the movies for free. And then at the end of the movies, I am in the suburban community. At the end of the movies, do you know we all sitting down because I even knew this is how I. You know what? To your point, when you were asking if I'm a Marvel fan,
Yeah.
I knew to wait till all of the
Oh
credits went
yeah. Right.
everybody don't know that, and even my husband was like, oh, these people they don't know no better because they were like leaving, and I was like, why are people leaving? They don't know that something else is about to to happen. But I didn't know that people really didn't know that, so that's when I was like, oh, maybe I do know more about Marvel than I thought I did, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're waiting, and after the credits come and then they do their little whole spiel. Once it
Yeah.
then goes off, the worker standing in the aisle, and he says loud, "Don't forget to take y'all trash with y'all." Said, "Where is we?" Where I had to say, "Where is?" And don't forget to take out. Everybody bust out laughing like, "No, he didn't say that." Serious too. That's a heart attack. People was picking up their trash after he said that. I said, "I'm leaving my cup right here. That's what he get paid for." See, I sound like a
No,
Karen right there, didn't
you do sound like a Karen. That poor baby probably getting paid $7.25 an hour. Be
You right.
scraping bubble
You
gum up
right.
off the floor. Child,
You
yeah,
know
take the
about that life
trash.
because you used to
I
clean them
do.
theaters.
I sure did with the old man, girl. That
That's
was
my problem because
not
I never
okay.
did. I never cleaned a theater in my life.
You know what? And I was
Never
telling
did.
somebody about you at my job the other day. I was like, you know what? It's amazing how you can have you can grow up. No, no, I can't remember how this came up. I think me and my coworkers were talking about we were talking about something, and they were saying how you've it was I wish I could remember it, but it was like a thing that it was like, oh, you've never done this, you've never done that, and I was like, yeah, no. I was like, yeah, I talk about this with my sister a lot because she's never rolled the MARTA. Like she didn't really ride the MARTA, and the rest of the siblings rode the
Oh.
MARTA. So MARTA is like Atlanta's public transportation, the train and the buses in Atlanta. And I was just like, yeah, it's crazy because
I don't know how to ride the bus.
it had to have been something, and I was like, it was, you would think that it was like a era type of thing, like, oh, you had to be alive in the 90s or old enough in the 90s to catch the MARTA. I was like, well, no, my sister is the oldest
Uh-huh.
sibling, but she did not, she didn't ride the
Mm.
MARTA. I definitely rode that
I
MARTA
don't
a
think I
lot.
even when we was in Cobb, I never rode the CCT. Now I have rode. I've not one day
Wow.
in my life. Now I have rode the MARTA, but that was with my grandmama.
Oh yeah.
And I did ride the train a few times because I rode the train. I actually used to have a job in it down in Atlanta, and I used to just park my car at the HE Homes, and I would
Mm.
ride the train. But that's the farthest I
Oh, I
got.
didn't know that.
The train, not the bus,
Okay. Not the bus,
not the CCT. No, I've never rode the MARTA bus.
but just the
CCT,
train.
just a train.
I definitely rode well, and then also I went to right after high school. My college was right in the city, Georgia
Yes.
State. So I rode. That was really when I started
Yeah, yeah,
riding the
yeah.
CCT and the MARTA and the buses. And then I had my first like real job was I didn't have a car, so I caught like three buses and the MARTA train at one point.
Ooh,
For that one, I
wow.
caught the CCT, the MARTA train, then a bus to get to that job that I had in downtown Decatur.
That's amazing.
Anyway,
I'm so proud of you for that.
it made me
Still.
it made me real. It made me very
Yeah, yeah,
real.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I attribute that to this day. Anyway, we had a whole nother thing that we were going to talk about. We didn't think that we were going to talk this
We're
long
gonna save it.
about Black
We're
Panther.
saving it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to save that and catch up with y'all on that
But
another
all in all, what
time.
was your score? You didn't tell me your score. 1 to 5.
I still would score it 5 out of 5 on principle because I'm never doing.
That's
And
how I
and you know
feel.
what? The real reason
I'm
why I would
rooting for
score it,
everybody black.
period. The real reason why I would score it 5 out of 5 is because I felt like they were up against unbelievable odds to make a
Yeah.
really good movie, and they pulled it off.
They pulled it
Like
off.
that
Pulled it
movie,
off.
it was good. And for us to say it was good with all of the history behind that, it was good. It just was. It is a very good movie, and it stands up, it holds its own up against the first one, even with our deep emotional connection to the original Black Panther. It was phenomenal. So I give it a 5 out of 5.
Sad about Angela Bassett.
I know.
But
I
I can
wonder if that
appreciate the
really.
movie.
I was just saying, I wonder if that really happened in the real comics, like if his mom actually died.
I,
Hmm.
I keep saying I'm gonna go back, but then I never. Even with it's the same thing with House of Dragons. I thought I was gonna read that book, and then I saw a
Oh,
sample of
I'm
it. I
reading
was
that.
like, I don't even
That's
understand
on my
this
Christmas
language.
list. I
You
need to text the
reading
group. It's on my Christmas list. I need to text the family group chat and tell y'all that's what I want for Christmas. I want all at
it? It's too
least
many
some of the
houses.
books.
They started talking about
I
the
gotta read it.
houses. Really?
I got to read it. I
Wow.
want to read it. That's one.
I'm
This
impressed.
might be shallow, or maybe y'all don't think this is grown up enough of me. But next year, that's one of my goals for the year is to finish at least one
Really?
of the Game of Thrones book series. I'm so invested in that show. Not the House of Dragon, but I definitely want
Wow.
to go back and read
You
the
know what?
what?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Hmm.
The one you want to read?
I want to
Okay.
read them
I
all, but
actually
I'm gonna
wanted to.
start. I can start
The
with
reason I
that.
wanted to read the House of Dragon is because I want to get ahead of what they got going on. Like I need to know what's gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? Like
You want
I can't.
spoilers?
I feel like the Game of Thrones. No, I want to know. I like to. If it's a book tied to the movie, I like to read the book first. I always like to do that.
Mm.
I didn't do that for Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones also the episode like the seasons they had like so many episodes to one season. So I was absolutely shocked that Game of House of Dragons only had like 8 episodes.
No, it's the exact same amount. Game of Thrones every season had 10 episodes. Yeah,
10. Okay.
it was 10 episodes for every season, and I
Seasons
think
was
even
it?
eight seasons. I think the last 2 seasons they cut us short. I think the last 2 seasons they cut us short, and it wasn't even quite
Okay.
10 episodes. But we remember we binged like the first 5 seasons, maybe.
Maybe that's what it is.
So it
Maybe that's
probably
what it is.
felt like it was a lot because we were watching this one in real time. But yeah, they had 10 episodes. They had 10 episodes.
Okay. Well, just a sidebar, and I know we're out of time, but I
Yeah.
just read the book by Octavia Butler, Kindred. Have you read
Mm.
that? I read that probably about
What's that?
2 months ago. Look it up. But you know what? I
Okay.
just saw on social media that they are having an actual series about this book. So anytime that I see a book that's
Ah.
like, talked about in like social media, it's one of the things that like kind of is highlighted on my timeline. Let me read a clip and see how it
Hmm.
goes. And then I actually literally was so into this book,
Yeah.
Octavia Butler. It was so amazing. And I just saw
Hmm.
yesterday that they're coming out with a freaking series.
That's fire.
I'm so excited.
Is it on Audible?
It is on Audible. I'll send it to you. I will send it to you. It's on Audible. Octavia E.
Kindred.
Butler.
Okay.
It's called Kindred. And it is there I think
It,
it's on Prime or
it's
I think it's on
old. It
Prime.
says it was originally published in
It is
1979.
old.
Oh my
It's
gosh, I've never heard of
old. It's
this.
an old book. And so because I started seeing it, maybe, but that's why I think I started seeing it on my timeline because they probably knew they were going to start making,
Make a movie.
they probably already had made it and just hadn't put it out there just yet. But when I saw this
Yeah.
just yesterday, I was like, oh my God, I just read this book. It was really good. I advise you to read it. It was a really good book.
Really?
It was. I try to read at least
It's
one book a
online for
month, and that was one
free.
of the books I read. It's online for free.
I just looked at Google Books and it's on. Oh, wait, you know what? It's a preview. It's just a preview. Okay. No, my bad.
Oh,
Retract,
I was
retract,
about to say
retract.
you got to be kidding me. I'm gonna send you. I'll send. I have Audible too because I try to read slash listen to at least one book a month. So
Okay.
I'm. Let's see how many books I've read this year so far. I've read one. What month is this?
Okay.
I ain't read a lot. Hold on.
November 11th.
One,
This is the 11th month.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've read 9 books this year. That's pretty good, right?
That is good. Mm,
I
I
mean,
don't know how many I read, child.
I seen. But Kindred was one of them, and it was
Okay,
really good.
I'm
It's
gonna
really
check that
good.
out. I'm gonna probably try to start reading that.
Read that
We
before
got
the series comes out, for
okay.
sure, because it's a
We got a
series,
long
and I was
flight
so
coming up,
excited.
so I'm gonna try to get a couple of books in on that. Um. Anyway, child, it's time to go. What time is it?
Well, happy Thanksgiving. I think we'll have one more show, but it's gonna be
We
pre-recorded,
have,
right?
yes, it's gonna be pre-recorded. We have a little special treat for y'all. This is our 10th episode. I feel like this is kind of low key monumental, but
Milestone. So
it
yeah,
is. I feel
milestone.
you can tell that we. Um, I mean, I'm quick to cancel a plan, so you can tell that we actually just like talking to each other because we've been doing this consistently.
But ten
And I
times,
love that for us. I love that for us, and we're gonna
like
keep it
four
going.
flat tires.
Hmm, interesting.
Hey y'all,
Do
really,
you have a quote?
we
You have? Do you
appreciate
have
y'all.
your quote of the week for us, sis, to close us out?
You know what?
I don't know.
I don't. I don't have a quote. I I don't have a quote, but I'm gonna take it back to the old school.
Ah!
Uh, I'm I'm taking back to the old school. I think I've already. Did I do this one already?
From
Dang,
Bishop.
I know I did this one. Yeah, I
You
mean
did do that one.
that's
Do
always my go-to.
you could do the one that Mom tells us all the time.
Yes, that's a good one, y'all. You know what? This is perfect because Lolo, my best friend, my bestie, she called me the other night and it was dark and it was the night that it was raining. It was really nasty and it was her brother's birthday. And I was just, oh, happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. And they were telling me they were out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, in the words of my mother, be prayerful and careful. Drops the mic.
And that's a
Ew.
direct quote. Yeah, no, that's the best advice I could take because look, Brother B done got his bike stolen. It's all kinds of things going on in these streets. Y'all listen to our
Be
mama.
careful.
Y'all listen to what our mama said there.
You gon'
Prayerful and
you know what?
careful.
Oh, I can't wait to this surprise. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. We're gonna have such a good
Yeah.
time. Listen, our
Hmm.
next
Hmm.
week's show is gonna be recorded. Okay,
It's gonna be
guys.
pre-recorded. So do you want? I know that this is a little bit behind the veil, but do you want to release it on Thanksgiving on Thursday, or you want to do it before or after? But just drop it regular, like on Thursday, since that's Thanksgiving.
You know, get the people what they want. I think Thursday is good. We're gonna be thankful, baby. Let's get the people what they want. I think they want Thursday. That's all I
I
got
think
to
they
say.
want Thursday too. I think they want Thursday too.
But y'all tell us if you want something different now.
We ain't
You
gonna
gotta
listen to
tell us.
you because we done told you don't listen to me. We dropping it on Thursday. Hmm.
Boom. Mic drop. Love you, sis.
Okay. Love you too, sis. Love y'all. Happy
Thanks for listening
Thanksgiving.
to us. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Woo.
Bye.
Bye.